Okay, another video here. This is going to be a different deployment than we had before. So I have the REZ antennas Ranger 80. The nice thing about this antenna that was very, very attractive to me, beside the impressive, strong, beyond military grade, space grade build quality, probably the best and most rugged antenna I've ever bought, purchased, or even made. I couldn't make this thing if I don't have a lathe or a shop, but if I did, I don't think I could make it as well as this this antenna here, because of the aptitude that you need for it. Don't throw the packaging material away. It's perfect to keep the antenna in it. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I'm going to do NVIS, right? Near vertical incident. NVIS requires certain propagation conditions. 60 meter, 80 meter are perfect NVIS type bands. 40 meter, a little bit so-so. Not really the best. 60 meters is really the way to go. That's why we have a frequency assignment on 60 meters, so we can do these experiments and be Mars enabled, or have the ability to understand the propagation condition in case we do military work, because the military does a lot of NVIS type NVIS operation. But NVIS isn't really, it's not an antenna, it's really the propagation theory. And you can go look at my blog at v3ips at v3ips.wordpress.com. There's all kinds of NVIS stuff on there. But what I'm going to show you is the ability now to use this antenna, but use it in an NVIS setup or in a long wire setup. So all you're going to really do is you're going to end up using the antenna coil as the inductance for the antenna. So on 60 meters, you need a 44-foot antenna. I only have 33 feet of wire on this spool. I'll make one up with 44 feet. So I'll be having to use some of the inductance in this coil, maybe one notch, maybe 2 notches, maybe 3 notches. I don't need a lot because the antenna is this wire is pretty close. But I have the ability now of, even at the side of the road, is popping this out. Extending that antenna completely out. Obviously here I'm going to have to go into the bush, but I have the ability now to use the same antenna, go on 20 meters, work DX, make some contacts. I was working Europeans the other day, 10 watts of power on 20 meters. Very happy with the performance of this antenna. Actually, it's exceeded my expectations. But now I can use this antenna for NVIS and go do something on 60 meters while I'm at the park or I'm at the side of the road. So I found the importance of 60 meter operation 4 or 5 years ago. I was going on a business trip to Rochester, and near Rochester is the American Wireless Association Museum. You got to check it out. A lot of interesting, cool stuff in there. And my buddy said, "Hey, I'll work you on the way down there when you get to your rest stops," as he knew I was going to make some operations. And I said, "Yeah, okay. Well, we'll probably, what band are you going to be on?" I said, "Well, I'm not going to be on 20. It's going to be 80 or 40 or 60 meters." And he said, "Well, I don't have an 80 meter antenna." I said, "Okay, why don't we do something for 60 meters? It's a local band. We'll use NVIS." I was looking at the propagation charts the past few days. Looks like NVIS is going to be fine for us. The appropriate F2 layers in the right spot, and I just need a high angle of radiation. You're going to get that with this antenna. It's going to be having a high angle of radiation because the antenna is horizontal, which is exactly what we want. I want to communicate within this 200-300 mile range, and I'm going to be a couple of hundred miles away from my buddy. So he pulled some wire out that he had, and he made a 44-foot dipole, 44 on either foot side, and bingo, he was ready to go on the air. And I told him to put it up about 10 feet, so he put it across his property line, off his wooden fencing that's about 10 feet off the ground. He adjusted the SWR, and he goes, "Wow, this antenna, the radio doesn't work. It's so quiet." I go, "It's so quiet because the antenna is low to the ground. It's not picking up thunderstorms from Oklahoma. It's picking up signals within this regional area. So unless you have thunderstorms within the regional area, we'll be okay. What's happening in Ohio, you're not really going to pick it up, or it's going to be diminished because of the band signal conditions, the way the NVIS propagation works." And so yeah, we made 4 contacts on 60 meters. out of the back of my car, same thing. I just threw the wire out. I was using a different style antenna, and in this time here we're using the Ranger 80. So it'll work the exact same way, and we were able to make contact no problem. No repeater coverage, and we tried on 20 meters. Couldn't work him at all. He couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear him, but I worked 2 guys in Europe when I was there. Because we're bouncing off the ionosphere, right? So I bounce up 1,000 feet farther down. I bounce down another 1,000 feet over 2,000 miles away. I'm landing in Europe and I'm picking up signals in Europe. But the guy a couple of 100 miles away, the signal's shooting right over his head. So that's where NVIS is going to help us. And this antenna is a good way to do NVIS. I'm going to do another video. I'll give you an idea on here, and if you guys want to send me some requests or DM or whatever, and thanks for the guys that bought me a coffee, or bought me a beer, is I'm going to now look at doing this using a vertical whip. I'm going to put a 102-inch CB whip on it, get a little bit more length, or I'll just use the regular whip. So if I use the CB whip, I'm going to curl it over towards the car and pull it down. It'll have that warped effect. I'm reluctant to do that with the AT271. I'm not sure if mechanically it's going to be good to angle it at that type of angle, so the 102-inch CB whip will be perfect for it. And the other thing here is I'm going to make some holes here where this antenna mounts, and just picture it with the whip on it. I'm going to put this on a 30-degree angle, so the radiation angle is going to go up high, and the whip will be that length. So I'm going to do that next time. I'll do a video out of it, and we'll do some experiments with that. Hopefully I won't forget my coax and all the other bits and pieces and stuff like that. You're not actively a field portable operator if you don't forget stuff every time you go out. So keep that in mind. 73 guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Get some more videos coming out this week, and may do a park activation tonight. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be. Maybe we'll try to do it for late shift. Seems late shifts get some more excitement. A lot of people are jumping on POTA around late shift after they eat dinner, relax, catch up on the news, and then they go down in the shack, make some contacts, and the activators from the parks will be there on 40 meters, give you guys something to do. Thanks a lot. 73s. POTA on.